Welcome to the GCE Maths panel. I am the Public Relations Evina presenting this paper. Our other team members are presenting equally the other papers. Our panel consists of experts and markers for the past years, and we answer past questions and answers on YouTube. If you're interested in having a copy of this paper, you have to watch on YouTube, subscribe, click like, watch, comment, and share, and then you can send an email to mathsforlife@gmail.com, or you can equally send an email to gcemathspanel@yahoo.com, or you can send a message or a WhatsApp. We begin with this 2019 paper 1 of ordinary level mathematics. The first question reads: a half of 6 minus 3 on 2 times 4. This question requires the knowledge of BODMAS. And looking at BODMAS, the first thing we have to do is the brackets. So 3 on 2 times 4 gives us 2 here, 1, 2 here, 2 times. 3 times 2 gives us 6. The next operation at this step is off. So a half of 6 gives us 3, and we will have 3 minus 6 giving us minus 3. The key here is D. Question number 2, we have 24.8. What is the value of 8 in 24.86? The value of 8 is 0.8 or 0.8. There is just one digit after the decimal place, or the place value is the tenth. Thus, 0.8 is the same as 8 on 10, and the key is B. Equally, the value of 6 is 0.06 or 6 on 100, and the value of 4 is 4 units. The value of 2 is 20. Question number 3, you have minus 5 less than 2. Normally, that is the less than sign, just like your left hand on your waist as you face the board or face your book. You can look at this couple going. Let's assume they are facing their books or the board. That is the less than sign. The key is C. We have 2 on 7 plus 2 on 5. Since the denominators are different, we have to look for the LCM. And the LCM of 7 and 5 is 35. 35 divided by 7 is 5 times 2 gives us 10. 35 divided by 5 is 7 times 2 gives us 14. So we have 24 on 35, and the key is D. The next question is: express this number in standard form. For a number to be in standard form, it must have the form a times 10 to the power n. Where a is a number that lies between 1 and 10, it should not be equal to 1 and it should not be equal to 10. And n is an integer. This number is not in standard form because 163.35 is not in the standard value of a. So in this case, you need to move the decimal point such that this part becomes standard. When we move to the left once, it becomes 16.335 times 10. We move it to the left twice, it becomes 1.6335 times 10 to the power 2. So we now replace this by 1.6335 times 10 to the power 2 and copy out times 10 to the power minus 3. Now we have like terms. 10 to the power 2 times 10 to the power minus 3. Adding their powers according to exponents laws gives us 10 to the power minus 1. The number is now in standard form, and the key is A. The next question we have is: express this number to 3 significant figures. Looking at this question, the first significant figure is 2, the second is 0, and the third is 4. We are supposed to end at 4, but we know that the 8 after it is going to affect it. So we round up this 8 into 1 and add it to 4 and replace the 865 by 3 zeros. So 2 remains the same, 0 remains the same, 4 plus 1 gives us 5, and we replace the rest by 3 zeros. And this number is 205,000. The key is A. The next question: a student left home and took 45 minutes to arrive school at 8 a.m. The time the student left from home is... Alright, so for us to get the time the student left home, we just have to subtract the time used in traveling from the arrival time, or reduce 8 a.m. by 45 minutes. So 8 a.m. minus 45 minutes, we find out that on the minutes side, there is not enough material. So we have to carry 1 from 8, it becomes 60 minutes. 60 plus the zeros gives us 60. 60 now minus 45 gives us 15 minutes. We are now left with 7. So the time is 7 a.m. that the student left for school. The key is A. The next question: a woman pays 12,000 francs with 6 kilograms of fish. The cost of a half kilogram of fish is... This is direct proportion. 6 kilogram costs 12,000. A half kilogram will cost X. We cross multiply, and we'll have X to be equal to 12,000 times a half divided by 6. And when we cancel out, we will have the value to be 1,000 francs, and the key is B. Question number 9. The map On a map of Cameroon, the distance between Bali and Batibo is 11 centimeters. Given that the scale of the map is 1:200,000, the actual distance between Bali and Batibo in kilometers is... Alright, so this is a linear scale, that is a distance scale. We are working with map and actual distance. So the scale is 1 centimeter is to 200,000 centimeters. And we have to convert the distance on map of 11 centimeters to actual. So we cross multiply as well. And the actual distance will be 11 times 200,000 divided by 1, giving us 2.2 million centimeters. But we have to give our answer in kilometers. We equally know that 100,000 centimeters equals 1 kilometer. So dividing 2.2 million centimeters by 100,000 gives us 22 kilometers. And the key is D. Now question number 10. We have given the set P that and Q that. The set P has elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the set Q has elements 2 and 5. We see that Q is a subset of P. So here the key is B. Question number 11. If you want a copy of this paper, you can click like, watch on YouTube, and contact us as you can see on the screen. Question number 11. The number of subsets in this set T having elements A, B, and C is... Now the number of subsets in any set is given by 2 to the power n, where n is the number of elements in the set. Since this set has 3 elements, the number of elements in this set will be 2 to the power 3, which is equal to 8. Note also that all sets except the empty set have 2 improper subsets, that is the empty set and itself, and the other sets are proper subsets. So the key here is C. Question number 12. Given the statements P, Ben studies hard, Q, Ben will pass his exam. The statement, if Ben studies hard, then he will pass his exams, is represented by... This is all about logic. If Ben studies hard, he will pass his exam. So P implies Q is actually the implication. It's an implication. If he studies hard, he will pass his exam. It's an implication. So the key here is A. And question number 13. Given the truth table, observe that Y is only true when both P and Q are true. This is corresponding only to the logic AND. So Y is equal to P and Q. And the key here is C. Number 14. Given the function f of x equals 2x minus 1, the value of f of minus 3 is... The value of this function at x equals minus 3 is just f of minus 3, which is equal to 2 times minus 3 minus 1, giving us minus 6 minus 1, which is equal to minus 7. And the key is D. Question number 15. The inverse of this function 3x is... This is a one-step function. And f is given by... Take x, multiply by 3, and you have 3x. For you to have the inverse of the function, start at the end. You take an x. Instead of multiplying by 3, you divide by 3, and you have x on 3. So the inverse of this function is x on 3. Note equally that the inverse of the function x plus 2 is x minus 2, and the inverse of the function 3x is x on 3 for one-step functions. The key is B. Actually, the answer is not there, but the key is B. Number 16, you are given the mapping shown. Find the range set. The range is a set of all the images. It consists only of the elements in the codomain sets that have been used. Thus, our range set is given by the elements 2, 5, and 8. So the key here is B. Number 17, the diagram that represents an acute angle is... An acute angle is actually an angle that is less than 90 degrees. In this case, the angle B is the only angle that is acute. A is more than 180 degrees. C is more than 90 and less than 180. So we say that C is obtuse and D is equal to 180, so it's a straight angle. The key in this case is B. Number 18, the solid figure here is the solid figure. A solid figure is just a three-dimensional figure, e.g. cubes, cylinders, cuboids, cones, pyramids, and spheres. The only solid figure here is the cone. The key is A. Number 19, the sum of the exterior angles of any polygon is 360 degrees. That is form 2 work. So the answer is C. Question number 20. The diagram in figure 3 shows two similar triangles. The area P of the larger one is... What we're actually supposed to work with here is an area scale. The area scale is obtained by 1 times 1 should be equal to 2 times 2, because they have given us linear dimensions. We have to convert to an area dimension. So the area scale here is 1:4. Therefore, the bigger area will be equal to the small area times this scale, which is 4 centimeters times 4, giving us 16 squared centimeters, and the key is A. If you need any of these videos or love to share with your brother or sister, we equally have videos for advanced level, additional maths, and further maths you can equally watch. Question number 21. In figure 4, the arms of the angle O are, angle theta are, the arm is the start to end point. It normally begins at the closed end of an angle. In this case, we have Q as the closed end. The two arms here are QP and QR. The key is C. In figure 5, the value of the angle X is, X and 30 degrees are vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles are always equal. For example, if you have those two lines shown, then A must be equal to B. So in this case, angle X is equal to 30 degrees, and the key is D. Question number 23. In the figure shown, the value of angle Y is, according to circle theorems, the angles obtained by the diameter at the circumference must be equal to 90 degrees, which therefore means if the other side is 37 degrees, the remaining one should be 90 minus 37 degrees, and that gives us 53 degrees. So Y is 53 degrees, and the key is D. Number 24, the diameter of a circle is 28 centimeters. The circumference of the circle will be, the circumference of a circle is given by pi times diameter. That gives us 22 on 7 times 28. When we cancel out, we'll be left with 88 centimeters. Note equally that the formula for the circumference can equally be 2 pi radius. The key here is B. Number 25. In the figure shown, the cube has sides 3 centimeters. What is the total surface area of the cube in squared centimeters? A cube has 6 faces normally, and all the faces have equal areas. So the total surface area of a cube is equal to the area of one face times 6. In this case, we have 3 centimeters times 3 centimeters times the number of faces, which is 6, giving us 54 squared centimeters. The key is A. And question number 26. Figure 8 represents a Cartesian plane. The quadrant in which Q is found is, the XY plane, also called the Cartesian plane, has 4 equal parts or quadrants. And these quadrants are numbered in this order anti-clockwise: first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. And we find out that Q is in the third quadrant. So our key here is D. Question number 27. The gradient of the line y 2y minus 4x equals 3 is, we first of all have to arrange this line to be in the gradient intercept form, y equals mx plus c, as you saw in form 2 and form 3. This gives 2y minus 4x equals 3, so we solve for y. 2y will be equal to 4x plus 3, and y will be equal to 2x plus 3 on 2. Here, the 2 is equal to the gradient. So our gradient is 2, and the key is C. Number 28, the coordinates of the points where the curve cuts the y-axis in figure 9 is given by where the curve cuts the x-axis. The star indicates where it cuts. Look at the star. That is the point where the curve cuts the y-axis. And the coordinate of this point, the value of x at that point is 0, and the value of y is minus 4. So the point is x is 0, y is minus 4, and written in that form, 0 minus 4, and the key is B. Number 29, in the expression 3x squared minus 15x, the common factor is, now looking at 3 and 15, the highest common factor is 3, and looking at x squared and x, the highest common factor is x. So the highest common factor of all of this expression is 3x, and our key is A. Number 30, given the expression 8x plus 2 minus x plus 8y, the like terms are, note that like terms are terms from the same family. Terms in x family, terms in y family, constants, and so on are all different families of terms. The only two like terms here are, you have 8x and minus x. So our key is B. If you need a copy of this video or some papers, you can contact us from what you have on screen. Question number 31. Given y equals minus 2 and x equals 1, then the value of y squared plus x plus 1 is... Here they need the numerical value. You just have to substitute the values and simplify. So our y is minus 2, so we'll have minus 2 all squared plus x, which is 1 plus 1. That will give us 4 plus 1 plus 1, which is 6, and the key is A. Number 32, given ab squared equals xy, then b expressed in terms of ax and y is... Here we need to do the transposition of formulae. In simple terms, solve for b. So ab squared is equal to xy. You divide all through by a, and we have b squared equals xy on a. Take the square root of both sides, it will give us b equals xy on a, so all of that square root. So our b is equal to xy on a, and the key is b. Number 33. The number line in figure 10 can be represented in algebraic form as... Looking at the number line, you find out that it begins at 3 and moves to infinity. It is not shaded, meaning that 3 is not included. Therefore, x is strictly greater than 3, and the key is D. Number 34. The solution of the linear inequality 2x minus 3 less than 5 is... You just have to solve for x, though it's an inequality. 2x minus 3 less than 5. Carry minus 3 to the right hand side, becomes plus 3. So 2x should be less than 8 and x should be less than 4. The key is C. Number 35. In the figure shown, which is a network, the number of vertices are... Note or recall that a vertex just means an endpoint. In this case, the endpoints are P, Q, and R. So we have just 3 vertices. The key is C. We have 3 vertices. Number 36. The value of x in the equation 2 to the power 2x equals 8 is... The unknown exists as a power, so we have to make the basis the same and then we equate the powers. So 2 to the power 2x will be equal to 8 can be expressed as 2 to the power 3. Now that the bases are the same, the powers must also be the same, so we equate the powers. 2x will be equal to 3 and x will be equal to 3 on 2, dividing both sides by 2. The key here is D. Number 37. In the figure shown, the length of the side PR in centimeters is... Normally, looking at this figure very well, you already know that PR should normally be 5, because this is a Pythagorean triplet which you saw in Form 2 and in Form 3. But you won't believe that the typist forgot to put the alternative T. Alright, so from Form 2 and Form 3 work, you have all of that. So 5, 12, and 13 form a Pythagorean triplet, and from Pythagoras you can equally calculate. Pythagoras states that for a right angle triangle, the sum of squares of the other 2 short sides is equal to the square of the hypotenuse. So x squared plus 12 squared should be equal to 13 squared. X squared should be equal to 169 minus 144, and x squared equals 25. The root of both sides gives us x to be equal to 5. We take the positive square root because the distance is positive. Normally the answer is not there. It is advised that you take B. Normally the answer is actually not there. So the key is D, as I'm saying. Alright, number 38. Given that sine theta equals 3 on 5, then what is tan theta? Just sketch the triangle and you will see the answer. Recall that sine theta is the same as opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse. Normally, if the hypotenuse is 5 and the other side is 3, the other side must be 4 for a right angle triangle, because they form a Pythagorean triplet. And from SOHCAHTOA, tan theta is given by opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent. That gives us the opposite side to the angle theta is 3 and the adjacent is 4. So our answer is 3 on 4. Unfortunately, none of the answers are there. They have copied the same thing. So just choose anyone in this case. So tan theta is equal to 3 on 4. Number 39. In the figure shown, the angle of elevation of A from C is 50 degrees. The angle of depression of C from A is... Normally the C here and the G, they mean the same thing. I think it's typing error. If the angle of elevation from a particular point to another one is theta, and then the angle of depression from that point to the other point must also be theta. So in this case, there is no calculation. The angle of depression is also theta. Looking at the figure shown, angle theta and 50 degrees are alternating angles, and alternating angles are equal. Therefore, our answer is 50 degrees. Alright, question of the key is B, question number 40. You have the vector OP equals 3i's minus 5j's and OQ equals minus 2i's plus j. The vector QP is... This question is on vector geometry. QP is the same as moving from Q to O and from O to P. From Q to O and from O to P. But we don't know Q, we only know OQ. According to vectors, Q should be negative OQ. So I'll replace QO by negative OQ and then plus OP. We can now put in the values and simplify. So we have minus into, you must use the brackets, you must. Minus 2i's plus j plus 3i's minus 5j. Bringing like terms together, we'll have 2i's minus j's plus that, and 5i's minus 6j's is the value, and the key is A. If you need advanced level copies of these papers, ordinary level, additional maths, further maths, you can email us and contact us through all of this with the correction, without the correction. Question number 41. Given the vector OP equals I plus j, the direction of the vector is... The direction of the vector just means look for tan theta, and tan theta is equal to the j component over the I component. Our j component has value of 1, I component 1, so 1 divided by 1 is 1. Now theta is equal to tan inverse of 1, which is 45 degrees. If you are using Casio calculator, you have to press shift, press tan, and then press 1, it gives you the answer. If you are using Popo, you press 1, press second function, press tan, it gives you the same result. Our key here is C. 42. Given the vector 6i plus 15j's and xi minus 5j's are parallel, the value of x is... Two vectors are parallel if one is a scalar multiple of the other. That means if you multiply one by a number, you will have the other. So if b is equal to ka. So let us first of all factorize the first vector such that its j component equals minus 5. So 6i's plus 15j's should be equal to... I want to make it to be the same as the other one. So I have minus 15j's. Now minus 15j's times minus 3 will give me the plus 15. So the common factor is that. Now minus 3 times which number will give us 6i's? It's only minus 3 times minus 2i's. Now minus 2i's minus 15j is the same as xi's minus 5j. They are now the same. So looking at it, my x should be equal to minus 2. Key A. In case you have any questions, you can email us or you can contact us by WhatsApp. Question number 43. Given the matrix M equals that, the order of this matrix is... The order of a matrix just means the number of rows by number of columns. And according to this matrix, it has 2 rows, 1, 2, and it has 1, 2, 3 columns. So it has 2 rows by 3 columns. That is the order, and it's written as 2 by 3. The order is 2 by 3, which is C. Then we have, given matrix M equals that and matrix N equals that, M plus N is, the matrices have the same order, so we can add them, or addition is compatible. So M plus N is just add corresponding entries. That will give us 3 plus 1 is 4, minus 2 plus 3 is 1, 4 plus 2 is 6, and 0 plus 5 is 5. So the key here is equal to A. Number 45. The point 5, 3, when reflected in the line y equals x, has image. Now when you reflect any point on the line y equals x, it swaps the position of the coordinates. The x coordinate becomes the y coordinate and the y coordinate becomes the x coordinate. So our answer here will just be swap the positions of 5 and 3, and our answer will be 3, 5, and the key is D. Number 46. The range of this distribution is... We look for the smallest and biggest values. Highest value is 10, smallest value is 1. The range is bigger value minus smaller 1. Biggest minus smallest, that gives us 9, and our key is B. Question number 47. The modal class in the following frequency distribution table is... The modal class just means the class with the highest frequency. And the class here with the highest frequency is 6 to 9. So our modal class is 6 to 9. The key is D. Number 48. The middle quartile of a cumulative frequency curve is at the 50th percentile. 50% is a half. Middle quartile is 50th percentile and is the same as the median. Our key here is C. Number 49. Let E be an event. Given that probability of E equals a half, then probability of E prime or of E not occurring is given by, if E and E prime are complementary events, then probability of E prime is given by 1 minus probability of E. In this case, we have 1 minus a half, which is equal to a half. So the key is A. Finally, question number 15. Given that 20 students wrote a test out of 10 marks, as shown in the following table, the probability of having a student who scored more than 6 is given by. Here we need the total number of students who wrote. You have 2 plus 3 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2. We sum all the frequency. So we had 20 students who wrote the test. Then how many students had more than 6? We have 3 students who have 7, and we have 2 students who have 8. So the total who have more than 6, we have 5 students. So the probability of a student having more than 6 is total number of students who have more than 6 divided by total number of students who wrote the test. That is 5 on 20, which is equal to 1 quarter. The key is A. Whenever you finish, you must go back to check your work. We have answered this question in 25 minutes, excluding the introductory time, which therefore means that you have enough time to go through your work again. Thank you so much, and if you need papers for other past years and so on, you can email us, you can send out a WhatsApp message, you can get through us through our mail as well. And finally, for advanced level, ordinary level, and all the other papers, you can equally meet us. Don't forget to watch the videos on YouTube. Don't forget to click like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. And after all those steps are completed, you can send us an email or WhatsApp, and we can give you any paper that you ask for, perhaps with the answer. Thank you so much. This has been the Public Relations Evina presenting at GCE Maths panel. Bye bye.